Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back, my dear students, grade 8. I missed you and I loved you all. As you remember, when we start with chapter 5, lesson 1, before we talked about three types of angles, if you remember. Number 1, it was corresponding angles, and number 2, alternate interior angles. And if you remember also number 3, it was supplementary angles. If you remember, when we were in school, we stopped when we have a converse of apostolate. We will go to this word converse. What does that word means? It means the opposite. And of course, we will explain this word if we go to pages 171 and 172. To explain this word, we have three cases. Let me start with case number 1. As you see, we have two lines, L and M, and we have a transversal, the green one. He said that if B and C are congruent, so this will give us that these two lines, L and M, are what? Are parallel. What is case number 1? If we have any two coplanar lines, as we say, L and M, are cut by a transversal is the green one, so that a pair of corresponding, So what does that mean? That means that these two angles are what? Are corresponding, and we know that before. If these two angles are congruent, okay, yani they are corresponding, so as it says that B and C are congruent, so these two lines are what? Are parallel, as it is wrote that in the red one. Let me go to case number 2. Case number 2, as you see, we have two lines, again L and M, and we have a different pair of another two angles, D and E. Again, if these two angles are congruent, then L and M again are what? Are parallel lines. Let me go. What is case number 2? If we have any two coplanar lines, L and M, are cut by a transversal is the black line, so that a pair of alternate interior angles. So that means that these two angles are congruent, and they are what? They are alternate interior angles. And you know also how we can know that these two angles are alternate interior angles. So if these two angles, D and E, are congruent, then again we can say that L and M are what? Are parallel lines. Let me go to case number 3. Again and again, we have two lines, and we have a transversal, the two lines coplanar L and M, and the transversal is what? Is the black one. Again, we have a different pair of angles, as you see, F and G. It says if measure angle F plus measure of angle G equal to 180, that means we can say it in other words, if their sum equal to 180, so again we can say that these two lines are what? Are parallel. Let me say what we have. What is case number 3? If we have any two coplanar, what? Coplanar lines are cut by a transversal. Again, we have two coplanar lines, L and M, and the transversal is the black line. So that a pair of same side interior angles, bravo, same side, it means their sum equal to 180, or we have another name for them if they are supplementary. Excellent. As you see, we are underlined supplementary. It says that their sum is what? Equal to 180. Then again, we can say that these two lines are what? Are parallel. So we have, let me review what we have. We have case number 1. These two angles are corresponding. And we have case number 2. We have these two what? Alternate interior angles. And we have case number 3. If we have same side, what? Alternate interior angles, their sum equal to 180. If we have these three cases, we can conclude that these two lines are what? Are parallel. But if you remember, we have another case. If you have what? Vertically opposite angles. And you know also this case, we explained this case before. As you see, 1 and 4 with the red color, 2, 3 with the green color, and these what? And these pair of angles, 1 and 4, 2 and 3 are what? Are vertically opposite angles. Here we describe this case. We have angle 1, angle 4 are congruent, angle 2, angle 3 are congruent, and this pair are